Hello there, Internet. Demajen here, and welcome back to my continuing coverage of demos for the Steam NextFest. It's February 2026. Feels like I've been doing these for a few years now, probably because I have. And this is my video on the Crown of Silence demo. It's a game that I literally know nothing about, have never heard of. This is why I love these NextFest things so much, because they give opportunity to highlight games that you might just otherwise have missed for whatever reason. As always, the demo has 30-ish minutes of my time to try and hook me, to try and impress me, to try and get me to put it on my wish list, which I know is a big deal for a lot of indie devs. I try not to be too mean in these videos, but if you've been watching the series or any of the series in the past, you'll know that that doesn't always happen. I tend to be quite blunt. So let's give this 30 minutes and see how we get on. For generations, the tiny text at the bottom of the screen existed in a fragile state of harmony. Borders undisturbed by the drums of war. This era of tranquility shattered instantly when Solace launched a devastating, unannounced offensive into the veil of a pitch-black night. The Northern legions of Boreas were caught entirely off guard, suffering a catastrophic defeat on the battlefield. The once mighty empire was pushed to the very brink of extinction, its cities burning and its glory fading into ash. I need to press the button now. Driven by pure desperation, the king of Boreas vowed to pay any price, no matter how soul-crushing, to ensure his people's survival. In a moment of ultimate sacrifice, he took a fateful step that would rewrite the laws of destiny. Following the king's dark bargain, the soldiers of Boreas were infused with a terrifying otherworldly power. Before the forces of Solace could even attempt to retreat, they were utterly annihilated by this new, unstoppable force. Okay. We have left stick movement only. No D-pad movement for us. We have got a modifier in the bottom left-hand corner, which I would really like in Grime 2. Cough, cough. Copper, an iron warhammer, and Hunter's Cross. Interesting. So we've got a... Was that a sub-weapon system? Accessories? Yeah, okay. Pinwheel or... Hunter's Cross or... Faded Grimoire. Okay, we've got actual RPG mechanics. I am one-handing this massive warhammer. Another moth to the flame. You hear that screeching from the ramparts? That used to be the sound of trumpets. Now it's just hunger. Don't hesitate when you see them. They aren't men anymore, just hollow iron. Invaders came ready for war, but they didn't fight, they ran. They took one look at the king's new army and dropped their swords in the mud. Can't blame them. Death is better than that. The speech bubble has an actual speech bubble little triangle. I don't actually know what these are called. Do I have a mouse cursor? Yeah, these things here. I can't remember what they're called. I'm sure they have a name. But the whole point of them is that they're pointing to the person that's doing the speaking, not just randomly pointing off to the side. Unless we're supposed to have a portrait here. Don't know. Stilton Judge. Just cuts. If you're going in there, you'll need an edge sharper than your wits. Hand it over. Press left or tab to cycle through main weapons. Nice. Cycle through secondary weapons. Nice. And it actually shows on our character, which is interesting. Oh, it's going to have a... Interesting. I got 2 swings out of that. Despite only pressing once. Okay, that's just death. Good to know. Why? Oh. It's a bonfire. Upgrade. Okay, we've got a stat leveling system. We've got fast travel. From the start. God of War, Sons of Sparta. We've got an air dash. We've got wall climb. Slight slide. Escape to help see other inputs. Open the inventory. Open the main menu. Press... What is that to open the map? What is that button supposed to be? Oh, that's D-pad down. Okay. That is not clear. Okay, so we have a map. It's not the best looking, but it's functional. What did I get stuck on then? Ahem. It feels like I'm getting stuck on something, but I can't see... Huh? Yeah, it's like there's a... There's collision on part of these pillars, but not all of the pillars. So that's what's stopping me. I'm not entirely sure that makes sense to be a thing. Maybe it's to show me that I need an ability to come back and try it later, but more, I think it's probably going to annoy people more than it is anything else. Oh. Turn around. There's nothing inside but rot. The king locked these gates to keep the sickness in. Do yourself a favour. Walk away. The invaders ran from this place without a fight. I want to know why. They ran because they had eyes. They saw that we weren't men anymore, just hungry things inside iron shells. Don't be curious, be smart. Leave before you catch it too. And this is the king. Warden Kael. Flat. I was wondering whether this was going to be scripted, but it doesn't look like it. Flat. Oh, I've disappeared. What? Oh. A two-phase boss fight. Okay. Scripted? No! Literally, you have to defeat this thing. Okay. The combat feels a little bit stiff. It's not quite fluid enough. Also, how do I use my book? Or pinwheel, actually. Okay, this is not good. I think I've got crits. Okay. So we have to sit through phase transitions each time. Yeah, that can multi-hit us. Ow. Gotcha. Nice, just the silhouette-y thing. I like that. Okay. I was expecting a little bit more pomp at the end of that, but am I zoomed in this far for a reason? I actually preferred when we were zoomed out a little bit more. Oh, there we go. R1 to throw our ranged tool. Doesn't seem to use up a resource. So that's nice. Day 1. The crimson elixir the king brought is working. Perhaps too well. Lieutenant Colonel KL, who was on his deathbed last night, rose this morning. His wounds didn't close, they vanished. His skin is harder than before, cold as marble. The soldiers think this is a miracle, a blessing sent by God to protect us from the invasion. But when I checked their pulses, what I heard was not a heartbeat. It was as if something was slowly boiling beneath their skin. Like bubbling away. Upgrade. We've got 5 points available. So, vitality is health. Might is attack damage. Mind is ability. Defense defense. Okay, so it's very, very... And hold to confirm. Okay, we've got shortcut ladders. So we're definitely going for a specific style of game. We've got buzzsaw, so we're definitely going for a specific style of game. Nox walked among the shadows, and they did not touch him. They are not monsters, they are simply loyal. Too loyal. The king said, protect us, and so they flayed our skin to protect us from ourselves. Nox is staring at me. He is hungry. Does he crave mine too? I have found a secret. And a person. Alt, stay back. Nox is in. Strange. Usually the stench of iron makes his hackles rise, but you smell different. You haven't changed yet. Your flesh is still warm, isn't it? And fused with that cold metal. For now. The text doesn't fit in the box properly. How have you survived among these monsters with just a cat? And there's armoured things roaming the halls. They do not touch him. You know, what? Inside those heaps of iron, there are still scraps of humanity. Soldiers, servants who used to feed this cat. The only thing left of their souls is the memory of stroking his fur. It's not magic that stays the land traveller. It's just an old, warm memory. Alt, stay back. Oh, it just repeats. Who are you? Those notes, they're my screams. The walls are thick, traveller, yet they cannot hold back the voices. I heard the snapping of bones, the sound of armour fused into skin. I stopped writing history in books. The ink ran dry. I only carved the truth into the walls. Go now. Voices are returning, whispering from within the walls. Look at this junk. Lara dropped it when she ran. Useless. Won't write, won't cut. Just take it away. That annoys the cat. Thanks. I guess somewhere there's a lever that needed an arm. But we'd found the secret first. Oddly, mosquito things? Ooh, when it returns to you, it stops your movements. Don't like the feel of that. Hitboxes seem a little bit weird, if I'm honest. Ah, there's a thing down here. Isn't there always? Scorched blade? Okay, new sword. Nice. Okay. Do it when it's in the background. Very blasphemous code. Whoa, dude. Woohoo! Can't use the fire sword to get through there. Need natural ability, I assume. Enemies are doing a lot of damage considering we have no defensive options. We don't have a dash. We don't have a no, we do have a dash. But they've got a lot more range than we do. Yeah, I feel like I want to parry so that I can stay close rather than having to constantly readjust for getting in basic hits. The Northerners came and they ran. There was no battle, only a slaughter. Amen. Those things, they flowed down for the ramparts like an avalanche. The invaders couldn't even draw their swords. They only screamed. I watched their enemy drop their weapons in terror and flee. They say the kingdom is saved. Which kingdom? The city's silent now. The people have hidden in their homes. Their survivors have become their wardens. Ah, right. Is this a case of... Yeah, hit all three things fast enough. Elevator? Okay, elevator does push us down, but it does put us... Let's see if I can break this just for the lulz. I don't know why there's a gap there. Yeah, it pushes us into the ground, but it doesn't hurt us. Oh, hello. I think whatever filter you are using for lights is washing things out a little bit. The transformation has accelerated. The soldiers no longer remove their armour. They cannot. The metal has begun to fuse with their flesh. They feel no pain. They only speak of a constant hunger. The stocks in the mess hall are insufficient. Last night I caught an apprentice stripping raw meat from the bone. That purple glow in his eyes. I went to report this to the king, but the sentries at the door, those loyal guards, snarled at me. The king does not leave his chambers. The sound of chains comes from within. In terms of creating an appropriate ambience for the style of game, doing a good job. But I do think that the combat options that we have are a bit limited. Uh-oh. Malakar, sorry, the Crimson Sovereign. As long as I don't jump at the right time, the wrong time, this is actually completely safe for me to stand. No, never mind. I don't have an up attack, so... So how am I supposed to hit him without taking damage? If you've designed a boss fight that you can't kill without taking damage, you've designed a bad boss fight. Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential here, but the combat is really kind of stiff. I feel like I've missed a shortcut. Or forgotten about a shortcut is more likely, let's be honest. Getting off the top of ladders doesn't work right. You've got to jump before you reach the top. I did open up a shortcut, didn't I? Did I? Actually, I don't know whether I did. Either way, I ran into a boss room without realising it was going to be a boss room. That, I'm sure that must be a mistake. Did I drop money on death or anything like that? Can't go that way. I think I'd prefer for you to remove the ability to interact with chests again after you've already got... Oh. You actually did it. The knight's dead. If you possess the strength that fell in, then maybe you can stomach what lies behind this door. Gladly, I don't want to be anywhere near you when that door opens. It smells like wrongness. Take it, it's yours. Just don't ask me to watch. Optional boss? Huh? The priests are lying to the people. This is a test, they say. Lies. This is a trade. The king sold his soul and received monsters in return. There's no cure. My draft to slow the transformation are gone. I can hear them now too, the whispers inside the walls. My quill trembles. If you find this note, know that Alara fled like a coward. But I would rather be a traitor who lives to tell this story than stay and become one of them. Do not forgive the king, but do not blame him either. He was just so very lonely. I was expecting there to be something more in here. He said that there was a monster. Oh, that's not actually a wave. Is that a new axe? The tooltip gets kind of in the way. Glacial hammer. Aha! The particle trail stays on the screen for a little bit too long, I think. 10 points available. Oh, I should probably put some points in defense, shouldn't I? Oops, ah! Nice. Do keep expecting that dude to explode. Did we have a map? Oh yeah. There's no reminder of it anywhere. So this is what the castle looks like. Oh, and it's been added to the... Yeah, I actually quite like this as a visual style. That's an invisible wall there. There's a... There's a degree of basicness to the visuals. Keep on doing that. Right, this should be the big boss again. Ah, I can hit the balls. In fact, I might need to hit the ball. Oh, shit! Skellymans. Oh, we've got different. Take that, Your Majesty. He looks like he's at a different pixel scale to our character. And in fact, the background looks like it's at a different pixel scale to our character as well. Yeah, one pixel in the background art of this wall looks like it's a different size. Is it on the throne? No? Oh, there we go. Thanks. Oh, in fact, that's very, very good timing considering the timer's rolled over to 30 minutes. I hadn't realised. Thanks for checking out the Crown of Silence demo. Our goal was to get this build into your hands specifically for Steam NextFest. To make it in time, we had to prioritise core gameplay over final polish. We know the UI and some mechanics still need work, and we're already on it. Your feedback is incredibly valuable at this stage. If you see the potential in our project, please wishlist the game. Yeah, that's not bad. I'd say the issue I have is a certain stiffness feel in the combat. For example, when the boomerang, the shuriken, Hunter's Cross or whatever it's called, returns to you, it stops you. It stops you in your place and you can't do anything. It's only like half a second maybe, but it feels like it interrupts things too much. The book sub-weapon. I don't think I can actually... Oh no, there we go. The book sub-weapon. Is this going to put me back at the start? No. The book doesn't seem to do anything. You know, with the pinwheel, you can throw it with R1. With the book, you can't do anything. And I don't know whether that's because it's tied into this system in the bottom left-hand corner or what. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of potential with this one. It's not the most visually appealing. You know, there is some okay pixel art, but I feel like the background art is nicer than the character art, if that makes sense. Now, it's possible we're going to be able to... Yeah, in terms of the UI, we definitely need some work there. We've got notes. We've got collectibles. We've got skills to unlock at some point. It's kind of a shame that we didn't have any of those. Yeah, I can see that we're going for a Souls-like RPG systems. We've got Soulsy elements to it in terms of how things work. We've essentially got Estus flasks or bottle flasks. We don't have a stamina bar. We do have a magic bar. We've got leveling up. We've got different weapons that can be used. So we've got a proper RPG style system. We've got a kind of a dark vibe, dark fantasy vibe to it. We've got world building mostly through minimal interactions with NPCs as well as notes left all around. You know, I just wish our main character looked a little bit more like... just looks a little bit more interesting. He looks a little bit generic dude, if that makes sense. He looks just... he's like... he's a guy. Even if you put a helmet on him and just covered his head, covered his face. But as it is, he just looks like a guy that you'd meet in the shopping centre or wherever. Whereas, yeah, I don't know. Maybe there will be different pieces of equipment that we can add later. But yeah, otherwise, apart from the stiffness of the combat, this is all right. I do quite like this map, even though realistically it makes navigation quite easy. But I don't think this is the kind of game where you're searching out secrets and so on and so forth. I do think the icons are the wrong scale. Yeah. Because, let's be honest, this isn't a complicated level layout. So, I don't really think we need to be able to zoom in this far. You know, obviously, if you're going to pretty the map up and you're going to make it, you know, give it a lot more detail, then yeah, maybe. But as it is, you know, that is perfectly readable from that distance in terms of the complication of the level. So having these icons so super tiny is a bit weird. But yeah, I like the simplicity of the map. It reminds me of a kind of Ghouls and Ghosts style level select, realistically, but one that you can actually move through. I think it's a nice idea. So yeah, that has been a look at Crown of Silence, a game about generic dude. Really sorry. Travelling through this, it's very Dark Souls. It's very Dark Souls, you know, Gothic Castle, Dark Fantasy, Terrible Plague. It's not it's very tropey. It's not an original premise, but I've liked the writing of those notes. They have been well written. There hasn't really been too much that's made me go, wait, what? It's mostly been, oh yeah, that's conveying the tone, the atmosphere, the backstory that we need to really get to grips with things quite well. The dialogue choice system, I mean, it's alright. There's nothing wrong with it. Hopefully it will have ramifications. Hopefully there will be a point to it. It's an interesting layout, having, you know, 3 options at the bottom. I do like that the options that we have to choose do seem very much to be the thing that gets said, because that's something that bugs me in games where you get a vague thing and actually what the character says is different. No, I much prefer it when the thing that we select is exactly what the character says. It's one of the things that the latest Dragon Age games didn't do particularly great, in my opinion. Yeah, going to keep an eye on this one. This one is going on my wish list. Let me do that now. Follow, add to your wish list. The demo came out on the 19th. The full game is just coming soon. We've got no details about that yet. It's tagged as Metroidvania, side-scroller, exploration, and 2D platformer. Ruthless boss battles, environmental storytelling, exploration and atmosphere, a lore-rich world. Got some potential here. So that has been 38 and a bit minutes of Crown of Silence. As always, try it for yourself. Let me know what you thought of it down in the comments section below. And I will catch you all in the next NextFest demo. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing? Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.